people do need to donate. It's one of the most beautiful places around this area, and it needs to continue. It's a place where you can experience a whole bunch of different things.
The goal is to preserve the diversity, the natural diversity, preserving something for future generations.
You cannot come here without discovering something different that you never noticed. It's 105 acres, there's a lot to see, and things change every year. I just can't imagine a reason not to support Fernwood.
People do more often than not. Their mouth falls open and they're looking like, oh my gosh, what have I just stepped into?
It's our responsibility to protect it as much as we can.
Hey everybody, we're the Hardy Boys. I'm Dan Smith.
And I'm Steve McDonough. Welcome.
And thank you for joining us for Fernwood's 2021 Garden Party. We're actually coming to you this evening from Fernwood, and although we can't be under that great tent on that great lawn this year, thank you for joining in on the virtual fundraiser.
Under our virtual tent of love. Welcome. So tonight we're going to have lots of people coming around telling us all what their favorite spot in Fernwood is, because there's a million different places to hide and to feel like comfortable and just to get your nature on here. So we're going to be all over the place, whether it's a frog pond or the education center or that great weeping katsura tree. We will be all over the place. So let's start with Fernwood's executive director and hear about her favorite place, Carol Line.
Greetings, welcome to Fernwood's Garden Party 2021. It's a great pleasure to have you with us, and we appreciate your support for this event, and I want to thank you also for supporting us throughout last year. You really made the difference for us. Our garden party is our largest fundraiser of the year. It's an event that helps us fund ongoing programming. It helps fund our amazing staff at Fernwood and our internship program. And it also helps support our projects as we move forward. And you are the reason that we do move forward and help us to be the strong organization that we are today. So thank you. I'd like to thank our generous sponsors and partners. They are Tom Ferguson Interiors, Rossboro Partners, Kroger Lawton CPAs, Marine Culp at Remax Harbor Country, On Base Productions, and Iron Shoe Distillery. So thank you so much. I also want to thank and welcome back our great Masters of Ceremonies this year, the Hardy Boys, Steve McDonough and Dan Smith. Thank you, Steve and Dan. We're in for a wonderful time, I know. So I've been asked to talk about my favorite space at Fernwood. Doing so, it seems like it's a bit like asking a parent which child is their favorite. So it's really not fair, and it's impossible to do. But I am going to talk about a space at Fernwood that I find transformative, and that is the Sims Education Center. It moves me to a different place. You know, I'm out in the garden, and I'm a plant person, I'm a garden person, have been my whole career. But stepping into this building just is highly transformative to me. I don't know how better to describe it. It puts me in a different space. It is, I'm surrounded by the things that are Fernwood, you know, plants, education, you know, nature, you know, so all of that is here, but it's in different pieces, different vehicles. So we have books about that. We have video, you know, we have bird viewing from inside, you know, from the comfort of being able to sit with grandparents, you know, and kids can watch the birds and hear them. It makes me just, you know, smile to see how the building is being used today by all ages and all walks of life, and they're here for different reasons. And so that's just very special to me. And admittedly, I was very close to the building project, so seeing the culmination, you know, it is like a child to me, you know, to see it grow up and, you know, and to do well. So that's, you know, really great. Finally, my favorite spot is on our walls. We have the names of what we call the greats. Now, the greats are those who have gone before us, and there's a few contemporaries. So they are the botanists, horticulturists, landscape architects, and designers, illustrators, and authors, plant explorers, naturalists, environmentalists, and conservationists. So I invite you to come out, visit the Sims Education Center, and while you're at Fernwood, please check out the auction items that we have available for you to view in the garden through Saturday night. And be sure to join us for that virtual toast Saturday evening with the Hardy Boys. And with that, I turn the program back to Steve and Dan. Thank you.
Thank you, Caroline. I especially love what you said about how difficult it is to pick a favorite spot in Fernwood, because it's like picking your favorite child. However, it was a little awkward for us here on this end because you are constantly saying how much more you like me than Dan. So it was an awkward moment here, but still, we're here to support Fernwood, both of us. Dan?
All right, I'm going to talk about my favorite spot in the garden. We're going to leave Steve out of this right now. This is my favorite spot. The water, just hearing the water. I've always lived around water. I grew up near the ocean. I moved to Maine in the mountains, so there was always rushing streams. Moved to Chicago, lived near the lake, and now here in Buchanan, we again live near a lake. So water just mellows me out. I love the sound of running water.
And it probably feels great because you were cooking for weddings all morning, right?
So it feels great on my feet.
Chef feet. So less about chef feet and more about, how about this? Transition, money. Silent auction is open. Silent auction, what? Every year. Transition. Isn't it good? Yeah. Every year, there are so many great things for us to bid on here, and all of it supports all the terrific work and the programs, everything that we do here at Fernwood. So please bid high, bid often, outbid those other people, because you know they want your stuff. So bid, bid, bid. Also, if you just want to donate to Fernwood, over on the right side of the page, you can click on there and maybe just throw us a few bucks.
Oh, and keep in mind that the silent bidding closes at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. That's important. Eastern Time, not Central Time. I know we all make that mistake. So let's visit some other places in the gardens.
We're down here at the southwest corner of the property. It's a special little side trail where the big pond flows into the St. Joseph River. And in the fall and even winter, you have a beautiful view of the bend that the river makes down here. And just a little bit north of here is a memorial bench for my late father. My grandchildren, when they come to visit Fernwood, love to explore the trails, and inevitably they end up down here splashing in this little stream. Well, I just enjoy the beauty of the natural setting, plus the little family connection that I have, that I associate with this corner of the property. It does have a feeling of being away from it all. This is a special property. This area in particularly highlights the natural waterways of Fernwood, and that's one of our trademark pieces of the property, the natural springs. It's such a diverse property. You can either be up in the sunny 5-acre prairie. There's over 125-foot drop down here to the river, and in between, that's the special part of Fernwood, the natural springs, sun, shade. You can grow about every kind of plant. There's just so many different settings all on the same 105 acres. So if you have the opportunity to wander and take in everything from rangeline down, you'll find a different feel to each area. And then you'll know which one you relate to best. So.
I really like the lily pond. It brings back memories of my one granddaughter who loved nature, and she used to come here with us when we started our membership about 20 years ago. And it was, she just delighted in watching the frogs and occasionally poking one to make sure it jumped and so forth. So she's now 28. So it's been a long time, but this is my favorite spot. Kids just need to be out where you don't hear traffic, and unless there's a boat on the river, it's peaceful. They need to be able to see that things grow and experience the waterfalls and the creeks, and then seeing the river. As I was sitting on that bench, and I couldn't hear anything but the birds and the breeze, and it just was calming. It's almost like you're meditating, and it's just a precious place. This may be my favorite place, the lily pond, but actually you need to come out to Fernwood and find your favorite place, because there are lots of places that could be your favorite.
I'm sitting on a beautiful swing underneath the canopy of the Weeping Katsura tree, which is located on the South Vista Garden just outside the entrance building. Well, it reminds me of a tent or a fort that you built as a kid that just sort of hides you from the world. It's the arms and the way that comes right down to the ground. It sort of feels safe in here. During the pandemic, this was a beautiful spot to escape to. It's hushed a little from the other sounds. You just hear breeze, and maybe one time I was walking by on the outside, and inside was a family, and all you could hear was giggling emoting from this tree. It was very nice. It's just a getaway. You feel totally alone and tranquil in here. I really came to realize how much I relied on outdoor spaces to find calm and escape and peace, and there's less and less of that space available. So there's so many things that Fernwood offers: amazing classes, things for children, gardens, growing, the whole idea of our planet being threatened. I think this place is a testament to an ideal of taking care of our planet. Well, I'd like to invite anyone to come and wander around, take a different turn than you normally do. If you're a first-time visitor, please just pick a path and follow it, and I think you'll be amazed, and it will be a day well spent.
My favorite place is the frog pond. We have lots of ponds that frogs and turtles and fish live. I was coming to Fernwood for my whole life. I'm 4. I love animals and I love nature. And it's kind of fun when they jump away. I think everybody could come to Fernwood.
See the frog? Can you show me the frog?
Looks like that! It's baby!
You know, I gotta say, I don't really ever think much about lily ponds, but Joanne has really kind of opened my eyes to it. So this one looks pretty amazing. I'm gonna go find it. And Joanne, you sold me on it.
I didn't catch any frogs.
What happened?
Ruby's faster than me.
Did you fall in?
I didn't catch any frogs. So listen, it's time to bid. Let's bid. I want you to bid up, bid up. fast, bid urgently. Help us out here. Help me get, Daddy needs a dryer. Also, come back on Saturday night. I'll even make you a cocktail. Mixology. What? Saturday night, I'm going to make you up a drink thanks to our friends at Iron Shoe Distillery who've hooked us up with these great kits. So hopefully you've gotten your kit. If you haven't, don't really sweat it. We will have the recipes online by Saturday night, and I hope that you're going to come and watch it. We're going to be using a lavender syrup that we've accessed through the lavender at Fernwood. I'm wet and I'm addled.
All right, so you've got until Saturday. So 2 things. First, think about your favorite spot at Fernwood. Second, bid. And think about all the great auction items that are throughout the garden. Maybe not the frog, but maybe other great auction items. Okay, so bid. And if you haven't picked up your cocktail kit, pick up your cocktail kit. All right, so we'll see you Saturday.